How's it going, Dave and Comic Book Investments? So in this video, we're going to look at 5 keys that are dropping in price, some by quite a bit, 88% to be exact. That's quite a lot. But before I get into this video, if you want to consign to our next featured auction, our big, grand featured auction that we run every quarter, you better get in your consignments quick because this is the last week that you can do it. So this video will be posted, I think, on a Saturday or maybe a Sunday. And so you'll just get them in before, as soon as you can. Basically, is go to the post office. Here you go. If you can get them in by the end of that week coming up, then it should be good, and we'll get them into our featured auction. And we are only 5%. That's right, 5%. We are the lowest in the land. We don't have a buyer's premium, none of that stuff. And we also have a cap on our fees, so anything that goes for over $10,000, zero fees. No fees for anything that's sold for over $10,000. So yeah, get in your consignments. Head over to collectorscomics.com. There should be a consignment form. And tell all your friends and family about it as well. So let's get into the video. First up is we got Web of Spider-Man number 1. A 9.8 recently sold for $129. In January, it was averaging about $180, so that's down 28%. And in all of 2023, it was averaging about $165, that's down 21%. And it peaked at $500, that's down 74%. Yeah, so this book to me, it looked like it kind of hit about like a floor, kind of jumped up, and then it's back kind of trending down again. It still is much higher than it was pre-comic book boom by quite a bit. This book to me, there's just a lot in like a high grade that you can find pretty easily. To me, this book should be around maybe $100. I don't foresee this book really dropping below the $100 mark. Now, that's not to say it's like when there's open the auction sells for 85 or something like that, of course. But on average, I think this will stay around the $100 mark, 110, maybe even 125. So that's where I think this floor is. So it's almost near its floor. I still think it'll drop a little more, but not too much. All right, next is we got Incredible Hulk 449. First appearance of the Thunderbolts. A 9.8 recently sold for $240. In January, it's 307, down 22%. In all of 2023, it's 351, down 32%. And at its peak, it was selling for 1150, down 79%. Yeah, so they're making a Thunderbolts movie. The trailer has dropped. I don't see too much excitement about it. No one really talking about it. I feel like the MCU has lost its luster. And it's interesting. You can have these trains moving. You can have this train moving where the MCU is amazing. Everything it does is good. It just keeps on going. And then you put another movie in there, in the train engine, and even if it's garbage, it will still keep going. Everyone will still think it's great. The MCU can do no wrong. But what happened is that train is reversed, and now everyone thinks the MCU is terrible. So even if a movie comes out and is great, a lot of people won't go see it. A lot of people have jumped off that train and are not all aboard the MCU train. So I watched this trailer. I wasn't that jazzed about it. Couldn't tell you if I'll even go watch it. I don't know. And I feel like a lot of people have the same sentiment as me. There's nothing in there that I want to see. I mean, I do like Sebastian Stan as Winter Soldier, but I could care less about the Taskmaster. The new Black Widow, okay. The Red Guardian, he was kind of funny. David Arbor, I think his name is. I'm trying to remember. The Ghost, could care less about that villain. Couldn't tell you who else is even in it, honestly. But yeah, like really the Winter Soldier is about it. But honestly, we got the Winter Soldier TV show, and it kind of brought down the stock value of the Winter Soldier, in my opinion, of how much I like the Winter Soldier. Captain America and the Winter Soldier was by far the best. And then they just kind of, I don't know. It could be good. It could. I really don't know. But I can tell you this, that not very many people are excited about it. This book is dropping. It's continuing to drop. Has it kind of slowed its droppiness? Yes, but it will continue to drop, of course. It's going to be sub 200. Once it gets to the sub 200, that's where we'll have to re-examine it at that point. but it will drop to sub 200 at the trajectory it's going. It will continue to drop. Obviously, it's dropping slower and slower. I think it will get sub 200, and then I don't really know after that. We'll kind of have to see what's going on. All right, next up is we got Captain America #6, first appearance of Winter Soldier. A 980 is down 6% from currently selling for 180. In January, it was averaging around 192. In all of 2023, it's averaging 185, down only 3%. And then at its peak, it was selling for 850. That's down 79%. So this book has leveled out. So if you just look at all the graphs and all the data I've given you, in all of 2023, it's averaging about 185. In January alone, it was 192. It's now selling for 180. Obviously, this is how books go. Not every single month will sell the same. It's 100, 100, 100, 100, 100 every single month. It's just going to be up and down, up and down. There's auctions. Buy now is also what's available. What do people want? What do they pay? But it seems like it has hit a floor. Now, it's down from its all-time high. It's spiked really high up. It's dropped. But it's only dropped slightly since January, but it's about the same, a little bit lower than it was from all of 2023. So this book to me has stabilized, and for at least, close to a year or more, it's been around this. It's been around this price. So at this price, I think it's hit its floor. This is probably, to me, this is probably where it'll stay. It won't go down anymore. Of course, you can always have the ones, someone sells it for 150 or something like that. But to me, this is kind of a floor. So if you're looking to pick up this book, I think you could pick it up with a safe bet that it's not going to drop. All right, next we've got Warlock #1. A 9.8 recently sold for $1,800. In January, selling for $2,520. That is down 29%. None sold in 2023. This is for a 9.8, so very rare. But at its peak, I found this funny. At its peak, it sold for $15,600. Now selling for $1,800. That's down 88%. And here's the thing: is 88%. That obviously that's a lot of percentage, right? But the fact, the dollar amount, you lost about 14 grand or so, 13 something on this book is just ouch. Black cover, very hard to get in a 9.8. Warlock was very popular because they thought he was going to be amazing in Guardians 3. Turned out to be a dud. I don't even know what they're doing. Yeah. But that character did not pick up any steam. And MCU was at its, the train was moving very fast. So, $1,800. That's probably about what it's worth. I don't foresee anything happening with this book. If you spent the 15 grand on the book, you're never getting it back. Never. Just never. All right. Last on this list is Jungle Action #6. First appearance of Killmonger. A 9.8 recently sold for $348. In January, is selling for $433. That's down 20%. In all 2023, it was selling for $620, down 44%, and it peaked at $1320, down 74%. This book is kind of all over the place, and obviously it's not going back up. I can say that much. I really don't. This book is just like kind of just all up and over the place. This book will probably stay around this price, probably a little more, honestly. It can kind of just go up and down. And this type of grade and this type of book at this era, not going to be that many for sale. So it's going to be jumping up all over the place. You're going to see one sale that's really high one month, one sale that's really low one month. It's going to be all over the place. So, but it is down from its peak. I don't expect it to go back to that. Anyways, that's it. Get in your consignments at collectorscomics.com and have a great day.